Confucius and the most precious asset of man. One day, Confucius and his disciples were crossing a large bridge over a wide river. It was a beautiful spring day, with blooming flowers, chirping birds, and a peaceful flowing river. The golden morning sunlight illuminated the surroundings, making everything appear radiant. However, amidst this serene scenery, an unexpected event changed the atmosphere entirely. From a distance, Confucius noticed a man in his 40s, with a haggard face and weary figure, standing at the edge of the bridge. His hands trembled, his eyes were filled with despair, and he clenched his fists as if battling with himself. The disciples also noticed a man. One of them whispered, "Master, it seems that man is about to do something reckless." Confucius studied the man carefully and said in a calm but concerned voice, "Let us hurry. Every life is precious. We cannot allow a tragedy to happen." When they approached, they heard the man mumbling to himself, "Life is meaningless. I have no reason to continue living." Confucius walked closer gently, neither hurried nor panicked. He stopped a short distance away, close enough to talk but far enough not to add pressure. He spoke in a soothing tone, as calm as the flowing river. "My friend, why do you stand here with such sorrow on your face? What could be so grave that it leads you to consider giving up your precious life?" The man turned to look at Confucius. At first, he seemed confused by the presence of a stranger, but the kind eyes and serene tone of Confucius made him feel at ease. Finally, he let out a deep, sorrowful sigh and said, "Who are you? You cannot possibly understand my suffering. I am a failure in life, unloved, and have nothing left to hold on to. What is the point of living like this?" Confucius nodded and gestured for him to sit by the edge of the bridge. He also sat down beside him, looking at the man with eyes full of empathy. "I don't know what has happened to you, but I can listen. If you're willing to share, I promise not to judge, only to understand better." The man was silent for a moment. Finally, like a dam breaking, he poured out his heart. "I once had a happy family and a stable job, but last year, I lost everything. My business failed. My family fell apart. My wife left, taking our children with her. Friends who used to be close now avoid me. I have nothing left. I've tried many times to start over, but each time, life cruelly pushes me further down. I'm exhausted. I have no reason to live anymore." After listening, Confucius was silent for a moment. The disciples around him were also speechless, unsure of how to console the man. Slowly, Confucius stood up, looked the man in the eye, and said, "If you are willing to give up your life, it means you also have the courage to give up the pain, failures, and pressures you are carrying. Why not try letting go of those burdens instead of letting go of yourself?" The man's eyes widened in surprise, as if he couldn't believe what he had just heard. He muttered, "Let go of the pain? How? It's ingrained in me, like a shadow that won't leave." Confucius smiled. "Indeed, pain is like a shadow. But do you know that a shadow only exists when we turn our back to the light? If you face the light, the shadow will fall behind you and no longer weigh you down." The man began to listen, as if each word of Confucius was unlocking a door in his soul. Confucius continued, "Think of life as a river. There are times when the water flows gently and times when it swirls into rapids. But the river keeps flowing, never stopping. You are in a rough patch now, but if you endure, you will reach calmer waters. Don't block the flow of your own journey." Tears began to stream down the man's face. He choked out, but I don't know where to start over. I've lost everything." Confucius gently patted his shoulder, his gaze still kind but filled with resolve. "You have not lost everything. You still have your life. And that is the most precious asset of all. From this life, you can rebuild everything. And I am willing to help you." Confucius and his disciples led the man away from the bridge. They spent the entire morning talking with him, helping him find new meaning in life. Confucius advised him to start with small things, rediscover joy in simple moments, focus on positive actions, and learn to love himself again. Over time, the man not only rediscovered the will to live, but also became a person of value to society. He opened a small tea house by the roadside where people could come to share their stories. He would often tell his customers about the day Confucius saved him from the depths of despair. Profound lessons. This story illustrates the importance of compassion and wisdom in saving lives. Sometimes, a kind word or a small action can transform someone's entire existence. Always remember that every person has value, and life is a priceless gift not to be abandoned.